Now to updates on the new setbacks for two carbon capture pipeline projects planned for Siouxland.
For Summit Carbon Solutions, its $5.5 billion 2,000-mile carbon capture pipeline has hit snags along its 5-state route. In Iowa, Summit has been arguing its case in front of the Iowa Utilities Board since early August. Summit seeking permits to build 687 miles of that pipeline through 29 Iowa counties. The Utilities Board has paused those hearings, though, but they are set to resume in Fort Dodge November the 6th. In South Dakota, that state's Public Utilities Commission denied Summit's permit in September for the 495 miles of pipeline slated for that state. Summit says it will now adjust its route in South Dakota and reapply. Now, that process could take more than a year. In Nebraska, there is no state regulatory process for carbon capture pipelines. Now, Nebraska-based Navigator CO2 Ventures Heartland Greenway Pipeline, it does face similar battles. During the past several weeks, Navigator has paused its permit process across a 5-state footprint, including in Iowa, where it had yet to present its plan to the Iowa Utilities Board. Navigator's permit was also denied in South Dakota in September. This project will carry carbon dioxide through a 1,300-mile pipeline into underground storage or sequestration in Illinois. Navigator representatives saying it hasn't abandoned the project, though. It's just reevaluating those plans.
Katie Koppel with continuing coverage tonight, speaking with landowners, pipeline executives, and government officials.
Tonight, she sits down with PHMSA. That is the federal entity that oversees the rules and regulations governing projects like these.
Within the U.S. Department of Transportation sits PHMSA, the Pipeline and Hazardous Materials Safety Administration.
Nearly 3.4 million miles of oil, gas, hydrogen, carbon dioxide pipelines and other hazardous pipelines.
Tristan Brown is PHMSA's deputy administrator.
So we've got a big mandate from Congress in the safety oversight realm. We set standards for safety. They're minimum standards, and then we enforce, make sure companies meet those minimum standards.
Companies like Summit Carbon Solutions and Navigator CO2 Ventures with proposed pipelines to transport carbon dioxide must meet those minimum safety regulations set by PHMSA.
We do not approve these pipelines. Our role is we set the design standards, we set the operations and maintenance standards. They must meet those standards. We then inspect during the construction phase and the operations phase to make sure they are meeting our standards.
On February 22, 2020, in Satartia, Mississippi, a small village 45 miles northwest of Jackson, a pipeline carrying carbon dioxide ruptured, creating a crater in the earth and sending dozens to the hospital.
What changes in safety protocols and regulations came from that Satartia investigation to, I guess, make the regulations and pipelines better for the future?
But what we're looking at is anything and everything that went wrong in that incident in Mississippi. We want to update our requirements. Had our requirements that are in place now been followed, that incident would have likely been mitigated to some extent. But we do not want to rely on a company following our rules. We want to make it foolproof.
What would you say to critics who believe the current safety standards and regulations are not adequate, especially considering the rapid rise or possible rapid rise of CO2 specific infrastructure in this country?
I think folks are rightly concerned, well, what if until the standards are updated, what if projects are being built or companies going to try to get around it? We're not going to let that happen. We are overseeing these projects once they are permitted. Once or if they are permitted, that's when we inspect and oversee. And if there are items that we feel are inadequate, say don't meet what we're planning on proposing, then we're going to use the tools necessary to mitigate those risks that we have.
Reporting in Sioux City, Katie Koppel, KTIV News 4.
To read more about PHMSA, and its responsibilities regulating projects like Summit and Navigator CO2 pipelines, you can read more in Katie's story, which is online now at ktiv.com.